everyone, this is me, Joy, your house trans PH, and for today's video, let's talk about smart investment. So every peso you've earned abroad came from discipline and foresight, and your investment should work just as hard as you do. So for today's video, I want to show you a prime real estate asset that has nearly doubled in value in just a few years. A testament to its solid planning and strategic location. So we're not just looking at land, we're looking at a legacy. And this is Trava in Greenfield City. And I show you why it's one of the most logical investment you can make today. So there's a rhythm you learn when you live abroad. Past mornings, long commutes, and meetings that blur into night. It's the rhythm of success, but also of distance. For many Filipinos in Singapore or Hong Kong, that a rhythm defines life, efficient, structured, and relentless. So we chase excellence every day surrounded by progress, and somehow we forget what quiet sounds like. Then, one day, in the middle of another full week, you pause, you ask, is this the peace or this is the space I want to rest of my life? That single question can change how you see everything, from career, goals, to the idea of coming home. Because home should not feel like slowing down. It should feel like arriving at balance, and that's exactly what Trava in Greenfield City, Santa Rosa, Laguna. So Trava offers a place where progress meets peace, and here the air still moves but the noise does not follow, You hear birds again, you notice the sunlight, and you remember the calm that built your ambition in the first place. So Trava is made for families who have seen the world and now seek a community that reflects what they've earned, katulad ng privacy, order, and long-term value. So every boulevard is measured, every tree line deliberate, and every design decision made to protect the elegance of the wool. Because real luxury is balance, space that breathes, and of course structure that endures, and system that simplify the life. So for overseas Filipino, this is more than a property. It's proof that your years abroad build something lasting permanence. It's not a step backward, it's the next forward. A return to control, not compromise. So here you still live with rhythm, only calmer. You wake without hurry, you work without chaos, and you rest without guilt. Because when the environment supports your peace, productivity becomes natural again. So Trava was built for the evolution, some from the motion to meaning, from earning to living. And maybe that's what success truly is, Not how fast you move, but how well you arrive. Living overseas changing how you define home, You begin to appreciate structures, train that arrives on time, and streets that stay clean, and system that simply work. So, you start to value efficiency not as luxury, but a respect for time. And after years of living that way, it's only natural to expect the same when you think of the coming home. So, the overseas Filipino mindset has evolved, We no longer look for just shelter, home. We look for the systems, system orders, and a sense of peace that reflects progress. That's why for many professionals abroad, the hardest part is not deciding where to live. It's believing the place back home can match what they've seen. So Trava in Greenfield City was designed for that, a very evolution. Una-una for global Filipinos who have learned the value of organized living and now want to bring that clarity home. So it's not a subdivision, no? It's a continuation of the discipline you already live by. So katulad ng wide boulevards mirror the structure of well-planned cities, and this is Trava. So architectural guidelines, no, let's talk about that. So ensure design harmony, and underground utilities and flood-free elevation guarantees stability. And the inter-community breathes in rhythm, calm, consistent, and measured. So that's what makes Trava feel familiar. So it's not the same as Hong Kong or Singapore. It's better suited for what comes next. No, ang dami nagtatanong, what comes next? A quieter life, still productive, still progressive, but grounded in peace. Because home is not meant to replicate where you work, it meant to replicate who you become, and you will become values comfort with conscience, elegant with efficiency, and of course the design with discipline. So for overseas professionals coming home to Trava, it's not downgrade, it's a reward. A tangible form of balance between global perspective and Filipino warmth. So you'll find the same order as you admired abroad. Only here, it connects with ownership, and you don't rent space. You secure a legacy. You don't share walls, you define your horizon. That's why more global Filipinos are rediscovering Santa Rosa, because it offers what major cities cannot. Room to grow, time to breathe, and value that increase while you rest. So Trava is proof that modern living and Filipino heritage can coexist not as opposites but as partners. Because when home evolves, you no longer have to choose between progress or peace, because you can have both, and that balance, that quiet harmony between what you build abroad and what you're building now is what makes coming home finally make sense. In today's world, luxury and sustainability are no longer opposites. They are partners. And the most advanced communities are the ones that understand how to make them live together naturally. At Trava, the partnership is designed, not declared. It is a master plan where technology enhances comfort and ecosystems protect the value. Every detail serves both beauty and purpose. Like roofs are solar ready and capturing the lights. Second is lowering costs and preserving clean lines. So low emissivity glass reduces heat while inviting the daylight. Rainwater systems quietly recycle in keeping the gardens green without waste, no? And underground utilities keep everything invisible, so what you see is only harmony. This is what eco-luxury means, not green slogans, but a genuine design's intelligence. Because true sustainability is not loud, it's logical. It's not about what's trendy, it's about what endures. So modern professionals understand you've seen smart cities work, efficient, intentional, built for flow. So Trava brings the same principle to home life. When you walk through its streets, you notice how air moves, how light falls, and how silence holds. The calm is not accidental, it's engineered. The drainage, elevation, and the road networks create a microclimate, one that cools and circulates and comforts. So eco-luxury also means living with foresight. Your lot between 550 square meter to 750 square meter is future ready. Whether you build now or later, your property will adapt to new technologies, new materials, and even new lifestyle. Because sustainability in its purest form is simply good planning. The same principles behind every lasting success story. And that's what makes Trava rare to find. It combines the warmth of Filipino design sensibilities with discipline of world-class engineering. A home that reflects natures without compromising the sophistication. A neighborhood that celebrates peace without giving up the progress. So here in Trava, you don't have to choose between responsibility or refinement. You inherit both. So luxury that thinks ahead, beauty that lasts. So system that sustains, this is the architecture of the future that already built today. For global Filipinos who once dream of balance, this is the dreams that realize not as aspiration, but as address. So in the next scene, we will see how the same discipline extends beyond the systems into a feeling. How security and serenity becomes part of daily life, shaping the emotional foundation of home. Every overseas Filipino knows what it takes to earn a stable income. You've worked in cities that reward precision and discipline, where every dollar or Singapore dollar is backed by effort, skills, and time. And that's why when you invest, you don't gamble, you calculate. You've seen both progress and risk, and you learn the smart money moves toward assets that perform quietly and grow consistently. And Trava was built with that same philosophy and growth based on logic, not luck. In 2018, Trava opened with pre-selling prices at around 24,000 per square meter. Imagine that. But today, values range between 45 to 55,000 per square meter. That is almost a 100% increase in just a few years. All achieved without speculation, without the hype, but just solid development and backed by a developer that keeps its promises. In 2030, projected price of Trava are expected to reach around 90,000 per square meter. A forecast based not on a wishful thinking, not on marketing, but on a track record of infrastructures, order, and discipline. So for an OFW earning abroad, that kinds of performance makes sense. It's land that appreciates while you work and while you save, and while you plan your family's return. Unlike the other investments that fluctuate or expire, real estate inside Greenfield City appreciates because its supply is finite and its environment is protected. And that's why owning a Trava estate lot is more than lifestyle. It's a financial wisdom. So you're converting income into equity and equity into a legacy. So you're turning the invisible hours you've worked abroad into visible progress and your family can inherit. So the beauty of it, you don't have to rush to build. You can hold your lots and let appreciation do the work and build later when timings align. Your investment continues to perform whether you're still abroad or you are already home. It's the kind of strategy successful Filipinos understand. Understand the discipline first before reward later. For global professionals, Trava is logical next step. A tangible expressions of everything you've learned about value, control, supply, measurable growth, and emotional meaning. Because you did not work overseas just to earn. You work to build something that lasts. So in Trava, your effort finds its final form. Quiet, stable, and growing every year. That's not luck, that's logic. Financial logic that made visible in every square meter. Every Filipino working abroad carries one quiet goal to come home with meaning. Not just a return, but to return to something you built with purpose. So through the years, you've learned that comfort is more than a luxury. It's the ability to slow down, to feel familiar, and to see the people you've missed most. But after living in global cities, organized, clean, and efficient, your standards change. And you cannot go back to the chaos. You've seen what structure looks like, and now you want to live it. Not just to remember it, and that's what makes Trava different. It gives you homecoming that reflects who you become, modern, refined, and ready for peace that lasts. Here you can walk under quiet, tree-lined streets without noise or worry. You can watch your children play safely. You can breathe air that feels earned, calm, measured, and complete. This is not nostalgia, it's evolution, because the person you are today deserves a better version of home. Trava is where that happens, where the years of working abroad finally, translate into something tangible, and every hour you spend overseas finds its replication here, in design, in discipline, and dignity. And for overseas Filipino, this is more than an investment. It's a restoration, a reminder that success does not have to shout to be seen. That peace is not absence of ambition, but it's a reward. And when you stand on your lot and see the skies without interruption, you feel it. And the balance between everything you achieve out there and everything you're preserving here. Because Trava is not a return to past, it's return to yourself. It's the kind of home that tells your story, that every sacrifice had direction, and every dream had an address waiting for it. And that's the emotional core of Trava. You don't just come here to come home to live, you come home to remember why you worked so hard in the first place. So in the next scene, we'll outline how overseas buyer can begin this journey with clarity, from consultation to reservation, no matter where in the world you are. Owning a property in the Philippines while living abroad can feel complicated, but it does not have to be. Trava process is designed to be as clear, respectful, and professional as the community it represents. So everything begins with a conversation. That's why GoRealty.ph Premier advisors coordinate online or in person, depending on where you are. You receive an updated inventory list, price matrix, and official map. No guessing, no hidden steps. Once you identified your preferred lot, we guide you through every detail. So title number, lot cut, and orientation. This is not generic presentation. It's a personalized consultation made for a global buyers katulad nyo. So when you're ready to reserve, it only takes one secure transaction. Your chosen lot is tagged under your name and magbibigay ng OR si Greenfield Development Corporation. So reservation is registry, the same system used for all direct sales. So you receive a confirmation via official email kung ano yung na-registered nyo, and your lot is held while your documents are finalized. If you are overseas, every step can be handled digitally, and we process through scanned documents and notarized forms and authenticated email verification. So all official paperwork flows directly between Greenfield Development Corporation and GoRealty.ph Premier. No need, no third parties and no confusion. So for power of attorney needs, we provide templates for them. We guide them overseas execution through Philippines consulates or embassies. So everything is guided, everything is transparent. Once the documentation is complete, payment arrangements are outlined clearly. No surprises, no hidden charge or sudden changes. You'll know that what each terms means and which step happens, and how your title transitions. So it is a process built on trust, not urgency, because prestige is never rushed. It is respected. And for many overseas Filipino, that professionalism feels new, but that's how it should be. So every transaction is handled with the same discipline that defines the estate itself. From the moment you inquire to the moment your name appears on the title, the process is documented, unang-una, pangalawa, guided, and secured. So you'll see the buying from abroad does not have to feel par, It can feel seamless, simple, and certain. So in the final scene, we will bring everything together, a reminder that balance is more than a comfort. It's a reward of a life lived with purpose. After years of working abroad, you mastered the art of progress. You live in order and learned discipline and earned success. Now, it's a time to bring that rhythm home to a place that matches your peace and your purpose. So here at Trava, in Greenfield City, located in Santa Rosa, Laguna, was built for that return. Not a return to the past, but return to a balance. So here, every street, every tree, and every line of architectures carries intention. It's a community designed for families who value what truly lasts. You've spent years building structure abroad, and now you can live it here. A place where you can still move with purpose, but rest without worry. A place where your achievements finally meet calm. This is not a goodbye to ambition, it's a better way to live it. Because peace is not the opposite of progress, it is a reward. So in Trava, your story continues, and one built on discipline, success, and meaning. So each lot from 550 square meter to 750 square meter, it is titled Blood-Free and Protected by Design. It's not just an investment or a land or property, it's a foundation for the next generation. So for overseas Filipino, this is your legacy address. The tangible proof that every hour abroad created something long-lasting at home. Now, it is the moment to make the vision real. Message GoRealty.ph Premier or HouseTrends.ph today to schedule your private consultation and site tour at Trava by Greenfield City located in Metro Santa Rosa, Laguna. Come home, not just to a property, but to balance. Because after all the miles, this is where progress finally finds peace.